Hi, I'm Anka and I work in technical sales at Motec. Today I'm going to show you how to calibrate a 3D 360-degree TopView system. In order to calibrate the system, you need to place the calibration mats in front and back to the vehicle. I brought a model here. Make sure that you place the mats centered to the vehicle and flush to the edges. Also make sure that the camera has clear sight on the mats and is not covered by any vehicle parts. After you have prepared the calibration mats in front and behind the vehicle, plug the USB stick or one capture into the USB interface of the NS4 box. Now you can check again whether the camera has free view on all calibration mats or if the camera view is concealed by parts of the vehicle. If everything is correct, press briefly the button in the middle of the keypad. Now the recording is carried out. Once done, the system shows that it is safe to pull the USB stick. Remove the USB stick again from the box. In the next step, the USB stick O1 capture and the stick O3 calibration update are needed. I plug both USB sticks in my laptop. After plugging both USB sticks in my laptop, I open the Motec Calibration tool 4. First, I load the initial config file. I'm going to click on the config folder icon. Then I select the O3 calibration update stick and open the NS4 folder. In the NS4 folder, I open the config file. Now I select NS4 config.bin and confirm by clicking Open. Now the software signals to me that it is ready to work. I confirm with OK. I load the image I have just taken with the cameras by pressing the Image button. I select the file path of the O1 capture USB stick. I click Open, select the USB stick O1 capture, and here the folder NS4. In the image folder, there is the image we just shot with the cameras. I mark it and confirm with Open. In the now appearing window, I enter a marker length of 1113. This value can also be found in the instructions. This corresponds to the scale of the calibration marker, and the vehicle size gets automatically calculated. I confirm with OK. Now the image, which I have just taken on the model, is loaded. I can now use the markers and individually readjust the red frames. Either I do that in the overall overview, as can be seen here, or I click through every picture little by little. I'll start with the front view. By double-clicking on the word front, the window opens up in large view. You can see the calibration triangles and the red orientation lines. They are marked with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This order must not be changed. If I now realize that a red marking line does not end 100% with the edge of the marker, I can hover over the cross with the mouse. If I now click the cross with the mouse, a detail view opens. I select the detail view with an additional click. The cross will now turn red and is activated. Now I can move the line either with the mouse or with the arrow keys on the laptop and adjust them so that they exactly match to the end of the marker. When I'm done, I move the mouse a little and simply click into a free space. I repeat that for all the points set in every single image. When I'm done, I leave the detail view by double-clicking on the word front. The step of aligning the red lines exactly to the edges of the calibration triangles must be performed for all 4 images. In the example, I have already done this. In the next step, I calibrate the placeholder, which will be later shown on our display as a vehicle. I click on the button Calibration with the mouse. Now another window opens. In the upper area, I can adjust the placeholder for the vehicle exactly flush with the calibration muds and edges of the vehicle. This fine adjustment is needed one time during the initial calibration. If always the same type of vehicle is equipped, this process only needs to be done once, and the USB sticks can be used to set up all other vehicles by putting them into the box. In the menu area on the left, I can adjust the placeholder. For example, in this menu, only the front or the sides can be customized. This area, 3D mesh visible length, remains unchanged. It is calculated automatically. In this area here, View Item List, we select which view modes the driver will see on the display. It is important that all view modes that will be used later get calibrated here. What view modes are available exactly can be found in detail in the manual. In our example, I select the rear view. When the driver shifts in reverse gear, he will see this view mode on his display. Now there is the possibility to show the 3D image with all-round visibility. And here in split screen, the rear view camera. Using the arrow keys, I can adjust the view exactly to the edge of the vehicle, so that the driver has an accurate overview about his vehicle. If I change the view mode, I press Calibration. The setting is now saved. So I go by little through the list and prepare the view modes that I want to use later on the vehicle. These settings can be facilitated if you activate here a 3D placeholder for the vehicle. So you can adjust a little easier what the later view will look like. By hitting different buttons, I can readjust my view, can zoom in on the vehicle or zoom out in order to achieve the optimal setting for the driver. Whenever I'm done with a setting, I press Calibration in order to save it. Here, I set up the parking lines PGL if the parking lines do not match the width of the vehicle. There's also the possibility to readjust the parking lines individually. I click on Open Settings, then I click on Top View. And here in the upper area at Width, there is the possibility to manually adjust the parking lines to the width of the vehicle. When I have made the setting, I press Apply with the mouse and exit the menu via OK. The settings are now saved. Now all the basic settings in this mask are completed. I'm leaving the mask by clicking the Update button. Now all the settings which I have already done are stored. I'll leave by clicking X. After I have adjusted the guidelines accordingly to the calibration marker, set up a placeholder for the vehicle, and configured the 3D views for the driver, I create a bin file. I generate this bin file by clicking on Make Bin. The file I save on the USB stick 03 Calibration Update. Make sure you pick the right USB stick here, as there are 2 sticks in your PC. I click Pack, and the bin file has been saved. I click OK again and leave the window. Now the calibration is fully carried out. I'll leave via Exit, click once again Save because I want to create a file. Confirm with OK, and the system closes automatically. I now remove the stick 03 Calibration Update from my laptop. I plug the stick 03 Calibration Update now in the USB interface of the video control unit. After I have plugged the stick into the USB interface of the video control unit, the settings are automatically transferred to the system. After the settings that I did on the PC are transferred to the video control unit, the system signals with an OK that it is now safe to pull the USB stick. The calibration of the cameras is now completed. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can use the software to select different view modes for driving operation.